but I want to kind of get an idea from you. What your considerations were when you first encountered digital marketing. What challenges were to try and get in with that kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's actually a really good question because you know what most people see? Most people, all they see is the end result. They don't see the struggle and the progress that happened, right? So, I was able to quit my engineering job in 3 months from when I started digital marketing, and
That's awesome.
last month I had a $33,000 weekend, so 3 days, and I
Yeah.
made
Oh, gee.
so, that's what people see. What they don't know is what happened during those first 3 months, because it was not, and even after that, I continue to have different challenges, right? But still challenges. And so I had really two main concerns when I started with digital marketing. All right. The first one is the price tag. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm coming from a place of an employee. I wasn't like bottom of the totem pole by any means, but so I was making decent money, but I was not living within those means, and so I had a big pile of debt, right? So now I have all this debt, and here I am looking at a training program that has a pretty penny price tag on it,
Right.
and that was not an easy choice. And in fact, and I don't recommend this, but I didn't even tell my wife until after the fact, right? Uh, that did not go over so well.
Yeah.
So not a smart idea,
Can you
but
say
the point
doghouse?
is, that was like, yeah, that was like a huge, like, just a fight that I was having with myself about, is it going to be worth it? Like, this is a huge investment. Am I going to see a return? And of course I did. But that was hard. That was really, really hard. So that was one issue. The other issue I had has to do more with like confidence, right? So I was a very confident guy. I still am, and I knew if you talk to me anything about my engineering career, man, I could rattle things off and like full confidence. I know exactly what the problem is, that kind of stuff. But um, all of a sudden, I found myself doubting and thinking, what if it doesn't work, right? Because so I'm not just some single college kid or anything like that. Like I've got 5 kids to look after,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, man, what if it doesn't work out? And what am I going to do? And that was an internal struggle that I basically had to get over and say, no, listen, it is going to work out. Like you can make it work, because I've never, I don't know, personally, I've never really not succeeded at something if I really wanted it.
Yeah.
Um, it's something I've always been able to do. Now I've failed at things, but again, it's a mindset thing, right? I didn't fail. It was a stepping stone to get to my success. So having that, now what helped when I made the decision to actually get the training and pay a lot of money, what that helped, because you know what? Now all of a sudden I'm invested. Now all of a sudden I've got skin in
Right.
the game.
Yeah.
So now failure was definitely not an okay. So um, anyway, so that's a little bit about, those were probably my two biggest struggles when I got started.